Hi, we are here filming ourselves in front of the road, people looking at us thinking, what are they doing? Just going to show you what we planted today. We had a big day at the store yesterday, buying things that were on sale, including trees, bushes, flowers, so anything you could think of. So come on, let's go for a walk. Here we have the I don't know what daffodils. Thank you, Brett. Daffodils. Those were already there. They come up nice every year, but there's also some other bulbs we planted in here for, I don't know what they are, butterfly plants, hummingbird plants that feed them, I guess. I don't know. Any input?
I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Bulbs.
But anyway.
They're bulbs that we planted along the front of the house last year that didn't really do very well, so we've moved them.
Yeah. They just didn't have deep enough soil in the front because the people who lived here before decided to put landscape fabric down on everything, and it doesn't let anything grow because it's just landscape fabric.
I'm just going to pan out here just to show you Brett's beautiful front lawn, because he's too proud to say it, but he's worked very, very, very hard and it looks amazing. That is some thick, luscious, almost weed-free front grass.
It's good to lay down in.
It looks great.
But in the bed here, you can see where I don't like to spray Roundup, but sometimes you have to get rid of some of the grass that was growing in the bed. We'd like to make this bed better and clean it up eventually, and get that. I think that's some sort of Japanese cherry or something. I don't know.
It gets pretty blossoms on it.
But I want to get that to be a little bit healthier. I just have better plants in here. At the moment, there's just a lot of grass and weeds and annual bluegrass and just stuff you don't want. We're coming down this way. This is where it's kind of messy in here. I'm not sure what any of this stuff is, but I think there's some lilies. I think I'm not sure what else is in there. Might be some weeds, but
the trees have finally started to recover from the deer eating them last winter.
Yeah.
But all of this stuff is dead now, where Brett sprayed.
Yeah.
So you can actually see the line of where the bed is, and we're gonna fill it up with some extra compost and mulch and start planting some stuff in it.
There's some big junipers that they'll decompose over time. But yeah, put some more bulbs in here, right in this area, that will hopefully come up nice.
Oh, that wind's starting to pick up now.
And you can see how some of the weeds are coming in here. Like these thistles are coming in pretty.
This is what we're battling
pretty
against.
Harsh. And then you got more up here. And more back there.
Stone?
I just found a cool rock. I don't know, sometimes you like finding cool rocks.
It's like an egg.
It does.
Huh, I thought it was an egg for a second.
And then down here I planted some more bulbs, and there's already bulbs down here. There's some irises and daylilies and some ornamental grass that was all here before we got here. But, you know, in trying to keep the weeds down, we're discovering a lot more of these plants that were in here that we didn't even know were in here.
We've got loads of hostas that are here. And these ones in the back are what, fire lilies?
Red hot pokers or
Red
something?
hot pokers, that's right. So they're a type of lily, so they will flower.
They're pretty neat, I like them.
And there's some more hostas, and more hostas, and more hostas.
Too many hostas.
And then at the front here, between these two trees, we've got the more daylilies. And then that's a crabapple, I believe.
Yeah, it's a Chinese crabapple. I'm not sure what the difference is, but
yeah. So we're just trying to get some colour. So if you look back at the house, you can see some of the colour is starting to come in. But the whole idea is all the way at the front of the house there.
Should
It's
I
just,
go demonstrate?
yeah, that's probably easier than me trying to show with my finger.
That's where the tree was last year.
Yeah, so we've planted grass seed there, which is coming up. Covered it in straw for protection.
Yeah, this is a dead tree before.
It was. We planted a mama butt.
And a cat garden.
Yep, cat garden right there.
All right, Jen, you know more what this stuff is.
So here
good
I've
point.
planted hydrangeas and lilac
Lilac, yeah.
bushes. This is a lilac already here, and over in the back here is another hydrangea bush. So we bought these bushes, they were on sale, they were like $5 or something, so we decided
I think the trees ended up being $10, or sorry, $12, and all the bulb things ended up being $8. So I think we averaged it out. It was like $10 for everything. each
exactly.
one. Which is a pretty good deal.
Very good. And then I've planted a new clematis here in front of the trellis, which we hope will, well, that one's a pink. It's a pink clematis, so that should look nice in front of the house here. And then this is where we dug up all the bulbs that are now at the front.
There's still some left here.
They're mostly just leaves from it, and then I've put another lilac in. I'm sorry, I'm giggling at cats running past. And along the front here, I've been along and I've put in some sunflower seeds just at different intervals, so we'll see what happens with those. And then in here,
This here, I'm not sure what what it was called.
I think it's a hibiscus.
Okay.
It will come later in the year. But this is the original clematis. This one's a purple one that climbs up this trellis. And this is I do know, and I've forgotten, but also puts big flowers
It's got some
on.
flower buds
Yeah.
on it already.
We're looking, that one should flower pretty soon, and the clematis as well has got a lot of buds on it. So that one's a beautiful deep purple. And here's one of my climbing rose bushes that Brett's about to pull the dandelion out from.
It's a thistle.
That is a thistle. Ugh. So we've got the climbing roses, lovely big splash, pink donut splash, more climbing roses.
Creeping phlox, that's called.
And then various just shrubs. And my two new plants, and I've already forgotten what they're called. My two new bushes, but I just absolutely fell in love with the colour and these feathery flowers. I'm going to have to get Brett to remind me what they're called at some point.
I don't know either. Let's see if it's on there.
No, it's not. That was a cat. Nope.
Couldn't tell you.
And that was a cat knocking the chicken sign off. Anyway.
They're acting weird, these cats.
Yeah, they are. I think they know there's a storm brewing.
Yeah.
If you look behind Brett now, there's a storm brewing. So we better get a move on.
You go have a look at all the chickie ladies. All the chickie ladies. Get your coop up.
Yeah, Brett sings that song on a daily basis and it sticks in my head.
This is kind of neat. I don't know if everyone's seen this yet, but how we open up
Mm-hmm.
the other one's in there.
No one's
Nope.
in there.
Then the back of the coop just opens up like that.
Yeah,
Makes it very good for cleaning and
that's where they sleep. And that's their attitude. Where are they? Where's all the chickie ladies?
what would you expect them to be.
Oh! Hi, chickies.
They're all faced one way except for
Belinda.
Belinda and is that Nugs? It's hard to tell.
Yeah,
Nugs.
that's Nugs. Nugs and Belinda are facing us. Huh.
Yeah, Nugs and Dora are getting hard to tell apart.
Dora has got more grey on her back.
Hmm.
But They seem to enjoy spending time on their perch, and they will hang out there if it's raining or whatever.
But they've been taking themselves to bed each night between 8 and 8:30, it seems. It's getting more to be like 8:15 that they're taking themselves in. So we'll see how that goes. If that keeps up, I'm sure it will.
So once they're fully grown, we're going to actually put an automatic door on the coop. So they go up that little ladder, and we're going to put an automatic door that will open in the morning and close in the evening when they've taken themselves to bed. But as you can see, they are growing strong, and they're enjoying themselves, it seems, being outside and just doing their chicken thing. That's Melania standing up and having a stretch. All right, chickie ladies. Oh, where to next, Brett?
Let's go to the outback.
Uh-oh. We are going to race the rain. I can feel it in the air.
Yeah. Well, while we're here, we were talking about potentially next year, the year after, extending the garden. Either, or both, either this way, coming away from the house, or going over there to the right to where it gets soupy. But I think coming back a little bit would be good, maybe 5 to 10 feet. And if we could utilize this was here before. I really enjoyed having the dragonflies around last year, coming to protect the garden and kill the bugs. So the dragonflies like rocks and they like water. So I'm thinking like a bird bath or something similar to help attract.
That cardboard pile in the corner is where we're going to be putting our little greenhouse. So we're going to have to harden off the plants. So we've made like a little temporary foundation, kill some of the weeds that were growing up there, and this is where the greenhouse will go, so that that's nice and accessible when we're planting, etc. All right, we're going through the swamp.
We're trudging through the swamp.
Dandelion swamp.
Yeah.
It rained pretty much all day yesterday, so it's kind of wet and soupy out here.
And it's just starting drying up from the last rain.
Here's the one of the bonfires that we are preparing for later in the year. So visitors, we're going to be toasting some marshmallows. Ooh, it is getting windy.
Yeah, that's a half-assed compost pile.
Yeah. We've got a whole other plan with composting for this season. Drop in and say hi to the service berries.
Wow. These are where I did the service berries the other day. I need to clean this up a little more. There's still some grass popping through that needs to come out.
But we've got little buds.
We do.
Little buds on the service berry trees.
And these are, I asked Eli, I said, what would be some good things to plant? And the first thing he said were service berries. So Eli, here are your service berries. Hopefully they, put out a lot of fruit and help feed us, help feed the chickens, help feed the birds in the area. And everybody will like it. Should we go down this way?
Yep.
It's on the crossover. And we have the apple tree. Well, we didn't plant this apple tree.
No, this apple tree.
But it appears to be an apple tree. Appears to be an apple tree. A paradise apple, apparently, is what it's identified as. And it was covered with buckthorn. Things were overgrowing it. Had no airflow, no room to breathe. But now that we've cleared it out and opened it up, it seems to be thriving a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's getting all these little, all the little shoots, water shoots off of it.
We actually thought it was completely dead.
But no, it's appearing to.
But apparently not. It's got.
But it's really old and there's a
growth.
lot of dead parts, so I'm not sure how to rehabilitate this tree if we just cut the thing down to the base and let it come up again, or taking it down bit by bit every year, taking off 3-4 feet at the top
As it is huge.
I'm not sure how to handle that.
Yeah,
It's probably-
it's very big.
It's probably 20 feet, 25 feet tall. Maybe,
Oh, at least.
I'm guessing. And all the hay, straw that's out here, I came out the other day and planted some orchard grass, which is good for hay production and forage for animals. And
This is actually the adult chicken area that we have assigned. This is where the chickens are going to go once all the leaves are in on the trees, so they've got plenty of shade and protection from hawks.
but this is the part that we had cleared out by hand with the buckthorn.
Mm-hmm.
Right around here where all the straw is at. I've also got some clover seed, a mixture of red and white clover. I'll come out and throw around here at some point just to get ground cover.
And this is going to be the chicken composter, which sounds really bad, but it just involves doing compost using the chickens. So we will fill this up with brown and green, so dead leaves, dead twigs, wood chips, grass
whatever we
clippings.
get, anything organic.
And the chickens will basically dig through this, kick it all up, pull out any bugs or whatever. All we need to do is come in and kind of turn it over, and the chickens will poop on it, add the nitrogen.
Because also what they'll do with this cloth being the cloth, obviously it'll be more full at the time that I have them. And we could even I'm sure they can fly up, but you can even put a little ladder. But what they'll do, they'll scratch in it and scratch and scratch, and they'll kick stuff out through this and out around surrounding. So eventually they'll work their way down, and then you just keep adding to it.
And we will have beautiful compost of our own.
Full of nitrogen, full of chicken manure, full of
Mm-hmm.
good stuff to help plants grow.
So you can actually see there is grass growing in the outback. Now some of this is clumps of grass that we pulled out of the garden and came down here and just squished into the ground, and it is thriving
It's absolutely loving mine.
and spreading.
It's either orchard grass or perennial ryegrass. I'm not sure. But this is one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if you were a horse or a cow or a goat or something. You're like, yum. Da, 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 da. See, perfect for them, for any kind of animal.
And plus we're just trying to get as much ground cover in here to keep the weeds from growing, basically.
Which is a losing battle any day.
It is.
But
Welcome to the orchard. This is something that I am very, very excited about. Now that we have more than just 2 apple trees, I think this is an orchard.
we have some tree protectors that will actually come tomorrow, I believe. Much like we'll get to the pawpaws later, but they're the same white plastic barriers as the pawpaws back there. But we've got peach tree.
Yep.
This is a Belle of Georgia peach. I think they'll grow there's some peaches that will grow in Ohio.
Well, we're going to give it a try with our bargain trees anyway. So that's one.
Why they'd sell them if they wouldn't grow.
Well,
properly,
yes.
And here we have the same peach.
Yeah.
But,
We've just put these posts in as a temporary measure for the night, just to protect them. Obviously, this is the apple tree, one of the apple trees, and the other apple tree down there.
I did take the bag protection off of it and put the hardware cloth around.
Yeah, we do also have the hardware cloth option for the new trees that we planted.
Part of the reason why I took the bag off was because I came out here one day and there were a whole bunch of bugs flying inside the bag. I thought, how'd they get in there? And I looked and they flew underneath and went up and couldn't get out.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I need to put different.
So this is just purely to stop the deer from eating the apple trees. Because they did. They had a little feast.
That's what they had a feast last year. I tried
Yeah.
to use a little bit of duct tape to tape it back on, but that clearly
Yeah.
didn't
Well,
work.
we tried.
That
It
clearly
didn't work.
work.
But it doesn't seem to have damaged the tree, and it's thriving. And in fact, it's got a lot taller recently, I've
Yeah.
just realized. And that's the same with the one over here. So it's all nicely protected and growing nicely.
I think so. The one over there that we just looked at, I think that was a Golden Delicious. And this one here is a Braeburn.
Hmm. So we'll see what happens.
So I think you could eat them both, apples, raw. I think they're good for cooking as well.
Yes,
Applesauce.
Braeburns are great for making applesauce.
Yep, apple pie, applesauce.
So the other end of our orchard.
Here we have the plum trees, which are going to be different. I've never had plum. I don't know anything about them, how to grow them, but we're learning. YouTube teaches you a lot. And we have the other one.
That's another plum tree as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be coming out tomorrow, and
We have 6 fruit trees.
we do. We have 6 fruit trees, which is technically an orchard. I'm classing it as an orchard.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
I concur.
I concur as well.
And over here is the hedgerow that I've started working on. This is a work in progress. It's going to take years.
It is going to take
and
years.
years for this to come in, but one day it will.
This is the side property line. So as you look down, this is the hedgerow that will be going down the side of the property.
And earlier,
Well, actually, technically that post is the property line, we think.
yeah. Well, I think so, because you can see there's some old barbed wire on here that at
Yeah.
some point probably need to go figure out where it is on the ground.
Yep.
But either way. We have the forsythia.
This is what we planted this today as well. You can't even really see it in amongst the mulch. That would be bright yellow.
It'll look pretty sad for itself in the bag or the box, whatever you want to call it, but hopefully it'll come back. We have our the D-Runk boxwoods, which admittedly they're not looking the best right now.
No, they're not, are
But
they?
we'll give it some time.
Yeah.
They might just need some time to acclimate. It's been cold with the frosts recently,
It has.
so hopefully in summer they'll perk back up. You got a little one here. This was just a part that had broken off one of the other ones. It looks like it's not very happy.
Well,
But
it's still alive.
I just plopped it in the ground, and it's still going, which means maybe it's taking root. I don't know. But that would be interesting to know. And we got some more. And that's one that I did the same thing with. Just plopped it in the ground, and it seems to be surviving.
Yeah. But as you look across the land, you can see the massive patches. I mean, it's patchy grass, but it's definitely grass. And it looks a whole lot better than it did when it was first done. So we'll see
Well, a
how
lot
it
of
all
this-
comes across.
A lot of this you can tell it's hard to do anything. I mean, it's just a big, I mean, that's not really mulch.
No, it's not.
That's a big stick.
Yes, it is.
So it makes it hard to come back with the tractor, because it makes it hard to drive on this, because it's bumpy, and the yard tractor doesn't have any suspension on it.
It's very uneven.
Yep.
Lots of holes. All right, well, let's go and take a quick look at the service berries. And then I think it's time for us to...
You mean pawpaw?
yes, pawpaws, thank you. Service berries. Then it's going to be time for us to head back in.
Over by that log over there, I threw just a random, well, actually all through here, about half an hour ago, I threw a lot of African crackerjack marigold seeds. So we might actually have a field of marigolds coming up.
We will see. This tree got very damaged in one of the storms we had. It's pretty dead. So we're going to have to take that down at some point.
Yeah, I haven't gotten around to doing anything with it. It might just be one of those things where, I don't know. I don't know.
This is going to become nice pasture. Looking at this
I
grass.
hope.
We hope so.
But it is grass, but I think it's classified as sedge, which I think, you know, it looks like grass and acts like grass, but I don't think animals particularly care to eat it.
Well,
But it doesn't matter because I just want it for erosion control.
so here's the pawpaws. So we have the 4 pawpaws, which are in these tree protectors, because they're only little. Let's see if I can look in. Oh, there's the little tree. And it's got some little green bits on it.
A little tiny leaf.
Little tiny leaves. So that's good. It's promising.
1 out of 4. I think 2 out of the 4 have little tiny leaves. I think this one has the start of one at the very tippy top. But that's about it so far.
Ooh.
This one's a little bit...
It's got a bit wonky, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to come back out here to fix this at some point.
Yeah. It gets very, very windy out here. So these get a bit blown around.
But yeah, we'll go have some zip
Yep.
ties and fix that. But you can see some green shoots coming out of that.
Mm-hmm.
There's some big ones on this one. Well, I said big, but bigger.
Oh yeah, it's
Looks
got
like most
actual
of our
greenery.
pawpaws are starting to come alive. That's good.
That is
We
good.
bought them as dormant bare root trees.
Oh.
I never planted bare root trees, so it's a bit of a learning curve.
Yeah. You still have to kind of watch where you step out here because of the roots that are still out here and the holes.
I made a pile the other day where I was clearing the buckthorn from that fence line. It's hard work,
It is hard work.
but it's also good for bonfires.
Mm-hmm.
But part of the other thing we're doing out here is you can tell you have a lot of trees, and we're just watching the leaves to see what trees are alive and which ones aren't.
Yeah.
And that will give us a better idea of which ones to cut down, which ones to keep.
Yeah, that's
The idea is to keep the healthy ones and to get rid of the dead or sick ones and replace those with hopefully new, better trees.
so we shall see.
Well,
This year is all going to be about experimentation and waiting to see what's alive and what's not.
I'd like to find a place to plant some oak trees, red and white. Maybe some like a walnut tree somewhere, maybe something along like that.
It's getting a little squelchy in here again.
And a pile of compost. Well,
Wood chips.
it will be compost, but yeah, wood chips and dirt.
And we're thinking we might utilize this old truck cap that we found back here.
Oh, I found
Into-
something else back here earlier.
Oh yeah?
I think it's some springs or shocks from a truck.
Oh wow. Well, we're going to utilize this probably as some kind of chicken shelter. Possibly, we'll see.
I mean,
It weighs a ton.
I'm thinking it might be good for, you know, if they're out in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And they have aerial predators that are hunting around.
Because they're going to be out in this big space. They're going to have electric fencing.
I think just plop that out there and that can be their little...
Have a little rain shelter.
Yeah.
Or playground, whatever it's going to be. There's a lot of piles on this property at the moment.
Oh.
Gloves?
Yeah, I think something might have been living in there, a mouse or something.
Oh wow, really? You left your gloves out here and...
Oops.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
Yeah. Oh.
One of the videos going, why aren't you picking them up? I'm trying to drive you all crazy, that's why.
Ow. Okay, well, that's what we've been doing. I'm aware this has suddenly become a very, very long video.
But it's been a good sort of all around encompassing update on.
It has been a very busy couple of weeks. We have done a lot. I'm wondering where the other cat went.
Just ran behind in the other yard.
Oh, she did? Oh. Huh. When we come back here, it's always amusing to us that the cats come for a walk with us. And they just come and hang out. I guess maybe they feel a lot safer when we're here. Huh. Small. Anyway, I think that's going to be a goodbye from Hudson.
I think so. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any ideas or suggestions, let us know. As our YouTuber people say, let us know in the comments below.
Anyway, happy weekend, everybody. It's time for us to go in and
be done for the day.
Be done for the day.
Yeah.
It's been a long one.
Yeah.
So, bye.
Bye.